Hello students, today we are going to discuss another problem of CSIR NET 2019 based on a Markov chain. So let us see what question says. Consider a Markov chain with state space S and let dk denote the period of state k belonging to S. Which of the following statements are correct? We will consider each and every option one by one. So first we will take option number 1. For I and j belonging to S, there exists n m such that Pijn is greater than 0 and Pjim is greater than 0. So let us just move with these two terms, Pijn is greater than 0 and Pjim greater than 0. Pijn greater than 0. What does it tell? We have a state I and we have another state j. So Pijn greater than 0 tells us that we can move to state I to state j like this in n steps, and Pjim greater than 0 tells us that a move from state j to state I is possible like this in m steps. So a commutative move is possible from each state I to state j. Now let us move to the property recurrence. It says that I is recurrent when a particular state I is called when a particular state I should be called recurrent. See, if we have any state I, it may have some entrances like this. I am not saying that it only has two entrances. It may have two entrances, it may have more than two entrances, less than two entrances, and also it may have some exits by which we can get off this state. So every state can have some exits and some entrances. Now these entrances and exits plays a great role in proving the property of recurrence. Here we can see we have three exits. Fine. If we find any exit, a single exit, we don't need to check all exit. If we get any single exit through which return back to this state I is not possible, then this state I cannot be recurrent. So for I to be called recurrent, we need that using each and every exit, the return to state I should be sure. That is the property a state should follow for being called recurrent. So here let us suppose that I is recurrent, and we need not to suppose it. It is given that I is recurrent. Fine. Now if this I is recurrent, it is given in question. Fine. And we are supposing this j is not recurrent. We are opposing option number 1, that this j is not recurrent. Fine. Then this j must have at least a single exit by which return to state j is not possible. Fine. Now let us see a scenario. We move from state I to state j. Fine. Using any steps, and then get off this state j using this path. If you adopted this path, then it is sure that it will not return to state j, and if this path will not return to state j, then surely it will not return to state I. Then how can i's can be stay recurrent? Fine. So if some students are thinking that if we move to state I to state j, and this state, if we adopted this exit, and possibly the return to state j is not possible, but there may be some other paths, using them we can return to state I. But if we can return to state I, that it is also possible that we can get back to state j. Then how can we call j not recurrent? Fine. So there is no possible way that if j is not recurrent, then I can stay recurrent. Fine. So by contradiction, we will prove it, we have proved it that j is recurrent. So option number 1 is correct. Now let us go to option number 2. For I j belonging to S and nm greater than 0 such that pijn greater than 0, pjim greater than 0, then di equals to dj. What is di and dj? Here is this dj is not the music. Fine. Di is equals to dj means the period of state I is equals to period of state j. Fine. You should first understand what does this period term explains. This is called period of state I, and what does it? How we will find that? Di is concluded at GCD of all such n natural numbers, all such n for which pii n is greater than 0. So this is the formula by which we can calculate period of any state I. Fine. So here actually n is the number of steps. Using them we can come back to state I if we already have left the state I. Fine. So di is greater than GCD and PIIN greater than 0. Now we can easily by this particular diagram we can easily see that I and j forms a communicating class, and it is a proven result that if I and j are contained in a communicating class, then they must have a similar same period. But how do we prove it? Fine. It is not good to know only the results. If you know the proofs also, then it will be easy to you that we can understand more concepts here. So here is this here we can see this communicating class, and the result that in a communicating class two classes have same period. Now we will prove the result that in a communicating class period of all states are same. How we will prove it? Let us make the previous diagram here. Here state I and here state j, and we are moving to state I to state j in n steps, and we are moving to state j to state I in m steps. Fine. Let us think about that the period of state j, or let us not say period, we can get back to state j after taking some exit in some L steps. Fine. Here we adopted any exit and get back return to state j in L steps. This is what we supposed, and this is what n and m are given. Fine. So we supposed that using an exit we get back return to state j in only L steps. Fine. If pij n is greater than 0 and p j I n m greater than 0, then it is sure that p I n plus m is greater than 0. What does this probability says? This probability says that we can get back return to state I through this. We adopted this exit and then get back return to state I. And how many steps we adopted? We adopted n plus m steps. So using n plus m steps, we get off from state I and came back return to state I in n plus m steps. So it is greater than 0. There is no problem of writing it. Then we can also say that we can move like this, I to j, and then go through these L steps and then get back return to state I. Then it is also true. P I n plus m plus L, this should also be true. Fine. Now we have already know what does DI explains. DI explains the GCD of all such steps that that brings us again to that particular state I. Then any of the number in this particular set will be the multiple of this DI. Fine. So here DI is the period of state I. Then n plus m should be some multiple of this DI, and n plus m plus L should be multiple of this DI. Fine. And we can also see that we can get back to state J to state J. P J J in L steps is possible. Then great probability is greater than 0. Then L is equals to C3 into L is a multiple of period of state J. Now we can write here. Let us put this value of L in this particular equation. What we will get? N plus M plus C3 dj equals to C2 di. Fine. Now you can easily see di equals to n plus m upon C2 plus C3 upon C2 dj. So after multiplying a positive number, after adding a positive number, then this term came equal to di, which implies that di is less than or equal to this dj. And if we reverse all the process, if we replace I to j and j to I, then there will be another result like dj is greater than equals to di, and both these results will tell us that di equals to dj. So this is how we will prove that in a communicating class period of all states are same. So option number second is also true. Now proving option number 3 is also easy. It says that Pijr is greater than 0, then j cannot be transient. It may be transient. See, option number 3 only gives a single statement that Pijr is greater than 0. This is only single statement we got from option number 3. Means movement from I to j is possible in R steps. Fine. There is no result or no explanation given in option number third that can be get back to state J to state I. No. The only thing is given that we can move from I to J in our steps. So it compels us that J cannot be transient, but J can be transient. J can be transient how? If J is transient, then there must be some way that we cannot get back return to state J. It also satisfies this relation because this option only tells us that Pijr is greater than 0. It never tells us that we can get back return to state J to state I. So it is possible that we can have some exit by which we will not ever return to state J, and we are not compelled to return from state J to state I because it is not given like this Pji or some R1 greater than 0. This is not given. If this is not given, we are not compelled to get return from state J to state I. And if we are not compelled, then it is sure that there must be some possibility that there may exist or exit by which return is not possible. And if any single exit we got by which return is not possible, then surely this J may be transient. Fine. So this option number third is totally wrong. Finally, we will move to option number fourth. So what does this option number 4 tells us? It tells us Pij are greater than 0 and I is null recurrent, then J is positive recurrent. Fine. See, Pij are greater than 0. This statement was already given in option number third, and the extra information we have here is I is null recurrent. Fine. And it is saying that J should be positive recurrent. Now we have already proved that J may be transient here. We have already proved in option number 4 that J may be transient. So if J may be transient, then we need not to check that it is non-null. It is only sufficient to prove that it is not necessary that state J is recurrent. If state J is may be transient, that it is not sure that J can be non-null recurrent. Non-null recurrent means positive recurrent. Fine. So this option number 4 will not always be true. So that is how we will solve this question. I hope you understand my solution. So thank you for watching my video.